Hello YouTube, welcome to a Collage With Me video. This one is a little special. It is another one magazine challenge. So I am taking this issue of Vanity Fair and I'm going to see what collage I can throw together using only pieces from this single magazine. It's kind of fun. I have timestamps below if you want to fast forward and see any specific part of it, but we're starting here first with a full flip through. So I'm just kind of getting the lay of the land, looking through the magazine, seeing what I think I might be able to use, and yeah, just kind of checking it out. Vanity Fair, generally for me, when it comes to collage material, tends to be a little bit hit or miss. You'll see as we're flipping through, it does have some of those really good advertisements that I like to keep, and it does have some really good lettering as well as eyeballs, which sounds weird, but I'm always saving eyes. But it does also lean a little bit wordy. So like what we're seeing right here on the screen, it's a wordy magazine. So do I ever turn down a Vanity Fair? No, there's always gonna be some good stuff I can use, but am I ever like specifically seeking it out as a favorite for collage harvesting? Also no, because it does lean a little wordy. It's kind of in the middle. If I was ranking it among my favorites, it would be like towards the middle of the pack. So we're coming up here to the end of the flip through of the magazine, and the next thing I'm going to do is flip through again, but this time I'm specifically looking for things I think I could use today. This is not a full harvest. As you know, when I harvest magazines, I really go crazy. I pull every possible color, texture, image, eyeball, letter, or word I think I could use. But here I'm just kind of seeing what I think I could mix together today. But rest assured, I'm going through this magazine again before it gets recycled. I really didn't have any plans going into this collage today. I just kind of wanted to play around and have fun. I've been giving myself a little bit more freedom as far as just getting a little more abstract with my work, kind of focusing on smaller pieces and, making it a little bit more abstract is really the only word I can think of. But trying not to, I feel like I have a tendency to do like the background with the one central piece, and that's great, and I love making collages like that, of course, but I'm kind of trying to start to do some different stuff, and you'll see that when we start throwing this spread together today. Okay, so here is our stack. This is all the clippings that we pulled from that issue of Vanity Fair. Today I'm using my Archer and Olive square dot grid notebook, which I've been calling my everything notebook because I've kind of just been tossing all different kinds of stuff in there. And that is what I'm using today. It is a really good surface for collage, which I didn't really anticipate, but it honestly is a really great, it's just really good paper. And yeah, it kind of just works really well with the medium. So I'm starting off with this picture of Margot Robbie's lovely face, and I really had no idea what I was gonna do. Would I just use the picture and then blend it with a surface? I don't know. You'll see my mind kind of move through the process of figuring out exactly what I was gonna do here. But I think it turned out really cool. I do a lot of paper ripping as well in this collage. I feel like I've been ripping paper so much lately, and it's truly my favorite thing. I just have gotten really good at it with time, ripping to kind of the exact place that I want with practice. And yeah, I just always get a huge kick out of it. So I really liked the idea of having Margot's face twice on this page, but I ended up just cutting out the little face, which I think, I don't know, I think it looks so cool. And it's something that I wouldn't usually do. And I think that's why it kind of excited me. And I added in this little picture of one of the queens. Sorry, I don't know which queen it is. And then I found these lips. I thought they looked really good. And I thought they would fit perfectly in that space in the bottom left. And that's kind of how that page came together. I was surprised at how much I liked that final product because it's so kind of unlike anything I would usually do. Here I am using my favorite adhesives, which are photo mounting squares. I will link them in the description. I talk about them all the time. It is probably not the best adhesive for collage, but it is undeniably what works the best for me. It's basically just a double-sided square sticker, and you can rip them or cut them to make them the size that you want. It works really well with magazine. It very rarely will tear it. So I kind of fear adhesives because I'm working with this magazine paper that is very delicate. I have tried glue and it just destroys it. So I'm definitely really sensitive when it comes to adhesives. And because these mounting squares have always worked so well for me, it's just what I use. I love them. I go through boxes of them. Honestly, I go through so many of them in a year. But they're just perfect for getting into tiny spaces. And yeah, so this first page is kind of done. I add a little bit more later at the end, which you'll see. And I decided to kind of go with the same vibe for the opposite page with the other half of a face. This is Scarlett Johansson. The other half of a face, and then mixing a little bit of colors and patterns. And I get a little funky with it at the end. You'll see that in a second. Decided to just cut out another head here on the bottom. I could see myself doing this a lot more often. It's just a really fun touch to a collage like this. I just actually made something last night where I loved the model and the pose and the clothes and the drape of the image was so beautiful, but I ended up cutting the head off, which sounds kind of weird, but it just worked really well. If you watch my short that I posted recently with the lyrics to the Noah Kahan song, Northern Attitude, you'll see the headless model. And of course, I love a hand. So many hands in my art and more to come. They just are great. They're so hard to cut out. They're so hard to adhere without ripping a finger, especially. I have ruined so many hands by accidentally ripping a finger off, and when that happens, it is truly devastating. But when I use these mounting squares, I can rip them into these really small pieces so that they get on the fingers in a really nice way. So I'm very, very careful when it comes to hands, but I do love them. Even though I've had some traumatic experiences with accidentally destroying them. I think this style of collage is also really freeing, which is another reason I think I'm going to do it a lot more often. It's just kind of random and abstract and cool, and you can use really tiny pieces in it as well. I have been going through my collection lately and have realized that it is way too big and I have to kind of get it under control. So this is kind of perfect for that. So yeah, the 2 pages are done, and I decided I needed a little bit of lettering on both pages. So I found a sentence. It says, "By now you know the difference." And I found the words "future seeker." And I just decided to add a little bit of wording to each of the pages just to fill in the gaps. And yeah, I think it turned out really, really cool. I think you'll see also on the left that I found an advertisement that had some little screenshots from like famous films. So I added a little one from Wizard of Oz and then the one on the bottom left as well. Just filled in some empty space, kind of cool. But yeah, after that, I noticed a little hole in the bottom right on the left page. That was just like a little too much white space. So I cut out a mouth and put it there so it would kind of match the mouth on the right side. I'm not totally sold on that, but overall, this is the final details of the 2 collages in close up so you can see them both. I really like how it turned out. This is a format that I don't do often, but I would really, really love to do this kind of thing more in the future. It's just really good for my brain. And I hope this inspires you. Take a magazine. You don't need a lot. Just use one magazine and you can make something really cool. I hope you liked watching this, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.